Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And to all of my new viewers, welcome. I have so much to say about this atrocious crime. Believe me, there are so many emotions that I won't express or that I can't share on YouTube, but I will do my best. Here is a wealthy couple, 63-year-old Donald Ray Lance and 62-year-old Jean K. Whitefeather from Seasonville, West Virginia. I have never heard of this area within Kanawha County. According to the demographics, this population is about 2,700 people, which is a drastic decrease from 2010 when there were about 4,100 residents. Interesting, since it's reasonable to live there, I thought more people would stay. The median annual salary is an estimate of $54,000 per household. The town is 98% white, non-Hispanic, 1.6 Hispanic, 0.33 non-Hispanic, and 0% Black non-Hispanic. I'm not surprised. In my opinion, it's a sundown town, a place where Blacks aren't able to reside, work, or even survive. These evil partners adopted 5 Black children just to practice slavery, which includes loss of freedom 24/7, extreme neglect, torture, and starvation. Listen to this. The Seasonville deputy, H.K. Burdett, located the children with sores on their bare feet, strong body odor, and wearing soiled clothing. Plus, they were locked inside the shed for 12 hours. Locks were fastened from the outside only. When interrogated, Whitefeather said that the foster kids wanted to be placed in quotes, the clubhouse, end of quotes. Not shocking, Jean Whitefeather's brother tried to convince authorities that the shed was a, in quotes, teenage clubhouse, and the kids liked being there, end of quotes. Of course, the evil sibling co-signed with his sister. My guess, it's how they were raised. I could only imagine what they experienced as kids and the stories they were told by their parents, grandparents, etc. of slavery, owning slaves. A long lineage of slave owners carrying on the tradition in the 21st century. I wonder if they have biological children of their own. The ages of the adopted children are a 16-year-old girl, 14-year-old boy, an 11-year-old boy, and girls 9 and 6-year-olds. Lance and Whitefeather forced them to live in a dilapidated old shed. It had a dirty porta potty, no lights or running water. However, the shed had a camera connected to the ceiling. The kids slept on concrete, no mattresses. Inside the couple's property, a 9-year-old girl was bawling, alone in anguish inside of a loft. It was around 15 feet high without any safety features to protect her from falling. The foster kids were watched 24/7. So, was the camera footage viewed by anyone working at a business off the property? Or were the couple skilled in software too? These children were forced to do farm labor, although they are high income earners. These soulless wretches own a large residence and acres of land in West Virginia. The Kanawha County Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Christopher Krivignac verified that on February 2nd, the couple sold an 80-acre ranch in Tonasket, Washington for $725,000. Who knows what additional assets they have? They have sufficient money to pay workers instead of having slaves. In 2024, we must acknowledge that soulless individuals are lurking and living around us. Too many gain access to children in various ways. When these lowlives were forced to parent, did the caseworker or workers do their due diligence to visit their home every week or bi-weekly? Were the children asked questions outside the presence of these monsters? Were they physically observed during the visits or ever taken to medical appointments, ever, as foster kids? Are these Black children originally from the United States or from another country? This heinous crime is a reason why so many people in the comments section stated that foster and adoptive parents' intentions should be evaluated thoroughly for months and months and months. Some individuals are not trusting of people of other races who adopt Black children. I can see why. We can see why. Unfortunately, the U.S. Child Protection Services has such an abundance of children. The majority of Black children aren't adopted. There are many Black people who have opted to have their own children, and there is a need for other races to adopt Black children or they will stay in the system, but only if they have genuine love for them. I believe families ought to readily adopt their relatives' children if there is a passing in the family, substance abuse, mental issues, etc. And of course, if they're ready for the responsibility. Why are so many Black children entering CPS and ACS, the Association of Children's Services? A new story like this is a reason I believe children must be taught the critical race theory in public, charter, private, and in boarding schools. Slavery is a massive aspect of U.S. history, so it should never be hidden. There are a great amount of people who respect and learn about different cultures. However, the Lance and White Feathers within the U.S. and all over the world do not have value for the lives of Black people. I believe they miss slavery, taking people's freedom, using individuals for what they can get, stealing the resources from countries worldwide, exploiting others without accountability, while reveling in, quote, power. With all the Black-owned books and U.S. history textbooks that are banned, a huge amount of soulless people don't want the facts to be publicized, but many have the same mindset. By the way, inquiring minds want to know, how did Lance and White Feather become wealthy? Was it centuries of slave ownership in their families? It's the end of June and we're just finding out that this crime, Donald Lance and Jean Whitefeather were arrested in October 2023. They each posted $200,000 cash in February. But pleased to hear that the judge has experience and a conscience. Their bond was revoked a week later, and they were placed back in jail, and the judge increased their bond to $500,000 each. These heartless beings are wealthy. The court should have mandated no less than $1 million each, in my opinion. And by September 9th, their trial is set on 16 counts of alleged civil rights violations, human trafficking, forced labor, gross child neglect, and falsifying an application seeking a public defender. The news article states all about just one felony. Thank God a neighbor reported the evil pair. I don't even want their names to be publicly released. The neighbors may permanently keep the person quiet. Just think about the missing Black children, women, and men in America in recent and past years. Those who were on road trips, hiking, on vacation, caught in sundown towns. I wish there were a way to search these desolate, baseless towns. I bet more Blacks and individuals of color would be found, allegedly. The movie Get Out by Jordan Peele is so real. It's a well-known way of life and gaining wealth in many towns. Will we ever know how these children were obtained and from who? Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks a million, and stay safe wherever you are.